go back now to our focus on the apparent ceasefire some 24 hours after Azerbaijan started an offensive to restore full control of its territory. The deal was brokered by Russia. Armenian separatist forces in the breakaway region of Nagorno-Karabakh have today surrendered and agreed to that ceasefire, which came into effect some 8 hours ago now. Separatist forces will disband and disarm, and talks on the future of the region and the ethnic Armenians who live there will start on Thursday. So for more reaction, we now welcome Elchin Amirbayov, representative of the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan on special assignments, and he joins us from Baku in Azerbaijan. Thank you so much for your time. So we have been looking during this broadcast at some of the footage. It's certainly very frightening. What is your account? How do you see what has happened over the past 48 hours, specifically in Nagorno-Karabakh?
Well, I think that, first of all, thank you for your invitation. It's a pleasure to be with you. In the 48 last hours, I think that we have witnessed a very important development in the region, because after 3 years since the signature of the ceasefire agreement, Azerbaijan has finally restored its full sovereignty over the territory, including the region of Karabakh, which has been recognized by the whole world, including by Armenia, as part of Azerbaijan. We have managed, as a result of these anti-terrorist measures that were launched yesterday as a response to the terrorist act and to the killings of innocent Azerbaijani people, we consider these measures have brought their results, because finally the illegal military forces of the Republic of Armenia, who Armenia denied that they existed there, finally surrendered, and now they will be disarmed, and they will be finally withdrawn from our territory back to where they belong, that is to Armenia. And I think that our army has helped Armenia and Prime Minister Pashinyan to implement the commitment that he undertook back in 2020 to complete the withdrawal of the Armenian armed forces from the sovereign Azerbaijani territory. In this situation, when he denied their presence there, our glorious armed forces have done it in his place. And now I think what's important is that the road is open to resume the main track negotiations between Armenia and Azerbaijan on the draft of the peace agreement, the draft which Azerbaijan submitted to Armenia 1 year ago. And I should tell you, as someone who is closely involved in these negotiations with Armenia, that almost half of the text has been agreed upon as a result of intensive discussions, which were facilitated by the United States of America and by Russian Federation. So we look forward to the soonest resumption of these negotiations soon, so that we can complete the text hopefully by the end of the year. And this peace agreement would allow us to turn the page of hostility between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and it will allow, hopefully, the populations of both countries to turn the page of hatred and to live as good neighbors. Today's developments, another significance is that Armenian separatist regime, which was created in early 90s by Armenia in our territories, they have finally agreed to meet in the Azerbaijani town of Yevlakh with the representatives of the central authorities. And the aim of the meeting is to start discussions on reintegration of Armenian national minorities, the Armenian population living today in Karabakh, into Azerbaijani political, economic, and social space.
There are reports, though, of thousands of people fleeing Nagorno-Karabakh in the last 2 days, building up to this moment, this suggesting they don't feel safe living under Azerbaijani control. What kind of rights will people have if they do choose to stay? What is your take on that development?
Well, I think that I should correct this assumption, because the main reason why the Armenians, ordinary Armenians of Karabakh today want to leave this territory is because they have been very disillusioned by the so-called leaders who have kept them hungry for weeks, while Azerbaijani flour and other foods were waiting for them to be delivered. And secondly, actually those who decided to leave, they finally made a final decision to break away with this illegal separatist regime and stop being hostages, in their hands. But in our case, Azerbaijan is ready to provide these people with all the necessary rights and to, without any discrimination, as it is the case with the rest of the population of Azerbaijan. I should remind you that being different from Armenia, which is a mono-ethnic state almost, Azerbaijan hosts about 50 different ethnic groups. We are a mono-ethnic, multi-religious, secular state. And of course, there is no reason to believe that the rights and security measures which are enjoyed by other representatives of other ethnic groups in Azerbaijan could not be provided for the Armenian minority. So that is exactly the sense of tomorrow's meeting. Right. And I think that from our side, we are ready to constructively participate and to explain to ordinary Armenians what kind of rights and what kind of opportunities the Azerbaijani state is ready to provide them with.
As you say, it's a very complicated situation. Given the decades of hostility, given the decades of bloodshed, do you think that these two peoples will be able to live together following the meeting? Hopefully an optimistic outcome after the meeting tomorrow. Briefly, please.
Well, I think that it's not only just an optimism. I think that we also have certain periods in history, in a not so remote one, let's say during 70 years of living together in the Soviet Union time, there were times when Armenians and Azerbaijanis were peacefully living shoulder to shoulder, next door to door. It was also the case with the former Nagorno-Karabakh autonomous oblast. Now there is no such a region as Nagorno-Karabakh. There is only the economic region of Karabakh, which unites mountainous and lowland parts of this historical province of Azerbaijan. So that's why I think that we should be optimistic. There is no reason why normal, ordinary people cannot live together again. Those who are above 60, they still keep memories of living together, of participating in the festivities of their neighbors. There were a lot of mixed marriages between Armenians and Azerbaijanis. So being different from some of the previous leaders of Armenia who professed this racist approach that there is ethnic incompatibility between Armenians and Azerbaijan, we in Azerbaijan, we reject this approach. We believe that Armenians and Azerbaijanis, they could again live together in peace. And also this peace with Armenia will allow this country to finally end its isolation in the region, because as you know, because of the occupation of our lands, which lasted for 28 years, Armenia was bypassed by all major international economic projects, including connectivity projects. So today, if we will be able to establish communication links with Armenia, right. If we will build what we call in Azerbaijan Zangezur corridor, right. That will allow Armenia to put an end to its isolation and to profit from the peace.
Thank you so much. We so appreciate you speaking to us. We will be watching to see the outcome of those talks tomorrow. Elchin Amirbayov, thank you very much for speaking to us on The Rundown.
And if you want more great content like that from i24 News, just hit the subscribe button. It's as easy as that.